once you have a strong why, the stronger your why is, the stronger that you go throughout it, so that you are strictly unique and God has strictly blessed you and you alone with the specific skill sets that nobody else has. Like, why are you getting up in the morning? Is it because you want to do well? Is it because you want to be an inspiration to other people around you? Is it because you want to move out of a situation that you're in right? Hello, welcome back. My name is Tristan and I'm here to empower you to elevate your lives. In the last 4 videos, we spoke about 4 of the 5 keys to success, and today we are here to talk about the final key to success. So, without further ado, sit back, relax, enjoy, and most importantly, take notes. Alright, so the last key to success. This key is so important. Like, I keep saying that it's important, like all the keys are important because all of them are. And this key is going to tie everything together so nicely, because right now you will have gotten through with goal setting, you will have gotten through with environments, you will have understood habits, you will have understood consistency, and now the final one that we're going to talk about is finding your why and finding your purpose. That's what drives everything, and that's what's going to help us to stay consistent and to put in everything. So in this video, we're going to talk about, your purpose, finding your purpose. We're also going to talk about your why, finding your why. So yeah, let's get into all that stuff. First things first, your purpose. What is your purpose? Personally, I see purpose as the calling on your life, as in what God has called you, what God has put you on this earth to do. I am a strong believer that every single person in this world is different and nobody is the same. And that should tell you that you are strictly unique and God has strictly blessed you and you alone with the specific skill sets that nobody else has. That's very powerful. And the sad thing is that people don't realize that power, and they don't realize that you are built for a specific purpose, and what you can do, no one else can do it to that level. So just like an introduction to what the purpose is, and finding your purpose, especially during this our age, being a teenager, finding your purpose is something that, like, you spend some time doing. I know people who are adults who still haven't found their purpose. Like, it's something that you will not really see unless you look for it. So you have to look and yearn to find your purpose, because everybody has a purpose. Whether your purpose is for you to be an athlete, for you to be an engineer, a doctor, everybody has something that is there that's like, it makes them strictly unique, and with the with the skill sets that are strictly unique. So yeah, that's purpose. So in finding your purpose and understanding your purpose, how can we find our purpose in this time? Now, me personally, I'm so like I'm a strong believer in praying. Like, prayer can help so much, and the prayer is praying for direction and is praying to ask God to help you to find your purpose. And I've been able to, have some inclinations as to some indication as to what my purpose could be and what my calling is. And I'm here to break down how I was able to come about it. So the first thing that I did obviously was pray. And the prayer was so important. Like, that just opens your mind and it just sets you in the right, the right frame of reference, and sets you in your right perspective, able to understand like where God is taking you and the direction that He putting you through. So there's 2 things to be able to find your purpose / your calling. First thing, you have to understand, like, okay, what am I good at right now? What is it that I can do that nobody else can do? Whether it is I can see something that people can't see, I can understand human beings and people can't understand, I can solve questions, math questions, I'm a wizard. Like, these things, what is something that you do best that nobody else can do? And the second thing is, what do you love to do the most? Generally, you find that your purpose lies in between those 2 areas. So it's mixing what it is that you are good at and then what it is that you love to do. If you look at those 2, you can kind of have an inclination. And I was reading this book, Success is Not an Accident. I spoke about it already in one of the previous videos, but Success is Not an Accident, very, very good book. And in the book, he talks about the purpose and refers to purpose as your genius. So finding your genius, and that's like the level. So like the 8 clues to be able to help you to figure out what your purpose is. The first one is your passion. And he said that your genius lies in something that is, finding your genius is the key to finding your purpose, basically. And so he's giving us 8 clues to find our genius. And once you find your genius, then it can help you to understand your purpose. So the first one is your passion. You have to have passion for it. Something that when you start talking about it, you will not get tired. Something like anything that is there, whether it is you're obsessed about business, if you hear anything that has to do with business, you're just excited, you're happy, whether it's something that has to do with math, chemistry, like sports, anything that's there, you have a serious passion and a serious understanding for it. The second clue is a rapid assimilation, a rapid understanding of things. So you pick up on the information fast, quick. You understand the information quickly. You pick it up. Like it doesn't take as long as it would take you to learn something else as it would take you to learn this one. The third one is having a strong memory. You see how we said that you pick up the information fast. Now, not only do you pick up the information fast, but then you also have a strong memory. This is something like me. I've realized this so well because I can remember a quote that I read like 3 years ago. But if you come and call me to come and remember definition, definition in school, just I learned it like few days ago. I don't know. Like, I don't know it. But I can remember a quote like that I read 2 years, 3 years ago. And I can remember it exactly ditto, word for word. But if you tell me to come and remember definition, that's just like, that was another clue that was there. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I have the memory, I have this. Yeah, so that's the third one. The fourth one is what we like to call flow. Athletes also go through this type of thing, is being fully immersed. They call it being in the zone. And for my athletes who are there and who are watching, you know how that feels like. Everything is just on point. Like your eyes just open. You just see everything in a different light, and you're calm. You're performing to your highest ability. That's being in the zone. When you're working on something that's there, when you're tapping into your genius, you feel fully immersed in what you do, and time is not even anything. Like you lose track of time, and you're just like fully focused and fully immersed into what it is that you are doing. So that's the fourth one that's there. Now the fifth one is using intuition. That is, you have these hunches and these grudges that you have, like, yo, okay, it's an instinct. And most of the times, pretty much every single time, you are right. Like, when, what happened to me was that I would have these, like, hunches about something. And I would tell somebody, it's like, I have a very good understanding of people. And I can, like, kind of piece together stuff. So when people are telling me things, and I can just be able to piece together little things. And, like, I have these little hunches that's like, oh, okay, maybe because of this is why this happened. And when I say it out loud, they're like, hey, how do you know that? Part of the genius, tapping into that. And that's the fifth one? That's there. So, yeah, you have a hunch, an intuition. The next one is absence of burnout. That is, you just, you don't get tired. Like, you're working on something that you love doing, and you can work on it for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and not get tired. Because it's like, bro, once you're into this thing, even whether is your passion is playing games, if you're playing the games, you can just be there, you be playing games, and you're just like, yo, you don't get tired. You don't get tired. But if you're doing anything else, within like 5-10 minutes, 30 minutes max, you're out, you're tired, you're done. And yeah. Now the next one is what he calls yearning. That is, you have a desire, a fire in you to learn so much about that topic, about that interest. You have, like, it's like something that's in you that's always just pushing you to learn more. In your free time, you're thinking about learning more about it. You're thinking about growing even more. You're hungry for that knowledge, for that wisdom regarding that field. And if you are starting to piece together these things, you can try and paint a picture like, okay, yeah, wait, maybe I actually do, because if I'm doing this, yeah, that makes sense. And now the final one is what he likes to call the wing it factor. Wing it. That means that if, let's say, your genius is public speaking or preaching, you could literally, some out of nowhere, without minimal preparation, you could go and you could preach, and the preaching that you would preach, it will be valid. Like, people won't realize that you've not practiced, and you'll be able to get away with it. Now, he exercises caution with this, because this is where people also fail. When they realize that they can wing it and nothing will happen, then they stop learning, they stop yearning for the more. And that's why people stay mediocre. But you see, we who are here, we are not mediocre. We are excellent. Greatness is imminent. It is literally, we are destined for greatness. I know you are destined for greatness. And so we are not going to go to that level and just rely on our wing it factor and just rely on the fact that we know it, so we don't have to prepare, because preparation is key. And so yeah, just keep that in mind. But you'll be able to wing it. That's like another inclination that yeah, you're tapping into your genius. So that's like the keys that's there. And like once I realized that, and once I saw these things, I was like, yo, bro, I think I found the sauce. And this also came with also prayer as well. I said it in the beginning, but prayer played such a big role in this. And it's like, if I explain the story, I think I should just give like a little story to it. But basically, I was severely like, I really wanted the direction, and I really wanted to understand what was my purpose in this world and what is it that I want to do in this world. And so I went to pray, and I felt within me that I had to fast, and I felt that it was right to fast. And so I fasted for a period of time, but during that fasting period, it was just praying. I just wanted to find that direction. I was hungry to find that direction and to be able to understand what has God put me on this earth to do. And the fasting period went on for a while, and on the final day, like the whole week or the whole time that I was fasting, it was like I wasn't really feeling anything. Like I was feeling, oh, it's okay, maybe I can feel it here and there, but I wasn't really feeling anything up until the last day. Like I think this is why fasting is so powerful, and it's like the way that it is. God is. I just felt like God was testing me, and it was like, okay, wait, I'm going to hold out what it is that you want up until the last day. And if you stay diligent throughout, and if you just stay consistent in fasting, and you stay true to yourself and what the standard that you set out on the last day, literally the last day, the last moment of that day, that's when it came. And it came in an instant. Like it was so it was just, I was so spooked. What happened was the whole day the whole day nothing had happened, nothing had really happened. And then after school, like random conversations happened. I was just talking to one of my friends, and we just started talking and just had like a 2-3 hour conversation about something. And at first I was like, yo, this is actually a very good conversation. Like I was actually gaining off from the conversation. I was like, yo, okay, I'm this day. Then in the evening time too, I had another conversation with another one of my friends, and I was like, oh, yo, that's crazy. Like these two, today it's just been a weird day. Like how am I just, and these people, I don't normally talk to them that much. So it's like they just came out of nowhere and just started talking for a while. And then fast forward to like evening around like 11 day, I was showing one of my one of my other friends like the power of compound interest with how you can use it to make money and all those things. And I was telling him about this, and I was also telling him about the conversation that I had throughout the day. And then as I was telling him, it was like something just clicked in my head. It was like, yo, I found it. I found it. And I don't know how it happened. And I don't know what happened, that thing just, it just came to my mind, but it did. And it was so crazy because the amount of clarity that I had when it happened, like it just it was like a light bulb going off. And I was like, yo, you found what you want to do. Once I found that and I wrote it down, I was like, yo, bro, it's over. Because now I found it. And the thing is that it lied within what I'm good at, what I'm best at, and also what I love to do. Once you find that, and I'm so like, I cannot stress this enough, bro. Pray, like, pray about it, and it will give you guidance. It will, God will bless you, bro, if you just pray and like pray free, just pray. So once I was able to find that, I was like, yo, bro, I'm set. Because then now it made everything a lot clearer. Because I put everything into perspective that this is my calling. This is what it is that I'm meant to do in this earth. Now, the things that I'm doing right now, is it really adding to it? I just said, I was like, okay, if it's not adding to what it is that I've been called to do, then you know that I can't be doing it. And it made stuff a lot easier because now I had this like intense desire in me. I still have it in me that any sort of free time that I have, I'm trying to use it to learn. I'm trying to use it to just improve and try to get better at what it is that my genius is. I'm trying to improve and I'm trying to reach that mastery. That 10,000 hour rule that it takes 10,000 hours to reach mastery. I'm trying to get that 10,000 hours in, and I'm trying to do that. So every free time that I had, any sort of free time that I had, I was just using it to just grow. And it's after I found my calling, what it is that I want to do. Like, it's so powerful. It just came through the 8 clues that are inside this book, and then the prayer. It was these two together. Like, it just gave me clarity, and I just found what it is I want to do. So hopefully, like, you are able to piece something from this. You're able to find something from this as well. And if you have any questions and you want to go further into finding your purpose, or you have, some few things that you're like not too sure about, you can text me on Instagram. I'm there. Yeah, if you have me on any other social media platform, you can also reach out to me. I'll try my best to get back to you ASAP. So yeah, now we can move on to the finding your why. Now, finding your why is so powerful, and this came from listening to a podcast. I was listening to Impact Theory, and this was the one with Mark Manson, the guy who wrote The Subtle Art of, that one. Yeah, basically, he was talking about this, and it reached a segment in the podcast where he was talking about finding your why and what pushes people to great, what pushes people to reach those levels of success. And he highlighted this that, like, human beings, we are 3 levels, 3 states, basically. You have the not so okay, and then you have the okay, and then you have the great, right? And he said that from moving from not okay to okay, you have to focus on yourself, focusing on improving yourself. Your why is to get better. That's what it is. But if you want to move from okay to great, which I feel like a lot of us here are trying to strive for, then you can't do it inwardly. You cannot do the why for yourself. It's for other people, the service of other people. Through others, we lift ourselves up. And he said that finding your why and not doing it only for yourself, but doing it for other people is what will give you the motivation to go up and to strive for more. That's why, like, this is just a theory that I have. So that's true, like, why God has given us the ability to have children, because that gives us the biological why, our reason to wake up. You can ask your parents right now, their motivation for even working so hard, for doing the things that they do, is because of us, the children. That's why, prime example of this, 2023 Kia MVP, Joel Embiid. You can go and look it online. He said the reason why he got to MVP, the reason why he reached that level, was because of the birth of his son. That gave him a why to wake up in the morning. If he's just doing it for himself, if he just said, I'm getting up just to be great and just to go and do this, the energy and that vigor will not be there. But because he had a why to wake up to and say, I'm doing this for my son, I'm doing this so that when he gets up and when he grows up, he understands who his father is. And he said he wants his son to know that his father was a bad man in the NBA. And that's why he works so hard. And that's what pushed him to that next level. Find your why. And don't let your why be just to you. Because focus outwardly. How is it? What is your why? Let something be big. Why are you getting up in the morning? Is it because you want to do well? Is it because you want to be an inspiration to other people around you? Is it because you want to move out of a situation that you are in right now? Find your why. Find your reason. And don't let the reason be in you alone. Tie it to other people for the benefit of others. Through serving others, we serve ourselves. Serve others. Find your why. Finding your why is something that is so important, but you have to spend time really going deep into it. Because if you just say, why am I waking up in the morning? Obviously, to learn. That's why you're waking up in the morning. But why am I really waking up in the morning? What's the reason behind it? Once you have a strong why, the stronger your why is, the stronger you go throughout it all. Literally, the stronger your why, the stronger your why power. That's what it's called. I've forgotten what book I got that from. But the stronger your why power literally will lead to you being able to achieve the stuff that you want to do. You need to have a why. The why will help you to stay consistent. Why power, willpower. Those two, they're like, hand in hand. But willpower is a lot harder to have. It's a lot harder to cultivate. But if you have a why power, the why power that you have, why and willpower, two mixed together, recipe for success. So yeah, that's basically it. That's the last key to success. Find your why and find your purpose. If you are able to find your why and if you're able to find your purpose, and when you find your why, the why that you are doing it for, really think deeply about why are you doing the things that you do. Why do you want to be a high achiever? Why do you want to achieve greatness? These are the questions that you can ask yourself, that you should ask yourself. Why do I want to reach to that level? Why do I want to achieve the things that I've set out to do? Why? Ask yourself why. Is one of the most fundamental questions you can ask yourself as a human being. And it's funny enough that it's just one word, but that one word can unveil so much about your life. Literally. There was something that was there about 5 whys, basically. So if you want to really go deep into something, ask yourself why 5 times. So you're like, okay, I'm getting up in the morning. Why am I getting up in the morning? To go and play basketball. Why am I playing basketball? To get better. Why do I want to get better? So that I can be the best in the school. why do I want to be the best in the school? You see? Like, you break it down just by asking yourself why. So ask yourself why 5 times and just think about it and see. That's one thing that I'll try to do, and I've been doing with you. I just ask them why many times, and you're like, hey, how have I gotten to this? I'm just asking you why. I didn't say anything else but why. Find your why and find your purpose. So, the books that I have, the books that are here, Success is Not an Accident, Atomic Habits, 5 a.m. Club, all these books that are over here. If you want any of the books and you're in Ghana and you want a physical book, you can hit me up. I'm on Instagram. I can send you the prices and then I can get you the book. Very, very simple. If you find it online, read it, listen to your book. So far as you can get the information, get it. But yeah, this has been the last episode of the 5 Keys to Success. Hopefully you've enjoyed the 5 Keys to Success, and hopefully you've taken something from the 5 Keys to Success. So, without further ado, I believe in you. We believe in you. Go and make the world a better place. Don't just live life, but thrive.